Hello, Pamela Spence, medical herbalist here. I'm a bit late doing clinic notes this evening because we've just had the first call with my founding members of my online community, Nurtured by Nature, for busy women who do too much and would like to be able to do a bit less, regain some of their vitality, and live in a bit more connection with nature. And it's interesting because what came up this evening very much, we were talking about the change in season that's gone on. And earlier today in clinic, that was also a big part of the conversation. So in the last couple of days here in the west coast of Scotland, we've really felt the temperature drop. Little bit of chill in the mornings. We're not into autumn yet, but it really doesn't feel very far away. And what that means is that this change of season is always a stressful time for the body. So any change, whether it's positive or negative, causes a certain stress or tension in the body. And so we have been talking all day about ways to transition this change as gracefully as we possibly can. So what that means is that there's really less innate heat around, and so our bodies appreciate being kept warm. So an extra layers going on today for me, and also appreciates more cooked food than raw. So sometimes your body, particularly if your digestive fire is quite low, what that means is that your body could struggle to digest raw foods at the moment and would much appreciate hotter ones, especially on colder days, so that it's not having to use up energy or extend that fire, that digestive fire, by heating the food up in order to be able to break it down. So extra layers on when you need them. If you happen to be a person who gets a lot of throat things, thinking about covering your throat area and thinking about eating warm foods, particularly on cold days or in cold mornings, will all be helpful at this time. And of course, it's berry season. So it's time in Scotland. We traditionally going out and picking our brambles or blackberries if you're down in England or in the States listening to this. And brambles, of course, can be made into wonderful jellies and jams to get us through the winter and to try to keep us preserve fresh fruit for us to use through the winter. That's where jams came from. But also we can do things like we can infuse apple cider vinegar with brambles, which will leave a beautiful coloured vinegar that we can use on our food, on our salads when we do eat them. And we can also take that, if we mix it with a little bit of honey and hot water, we can take that as a remedy for stiff joints as the weather gets colder. So it's a good time to be out there picking berries. As we slide more towards the autumn, we're going to be thinking a lot more about roots, and certainly that's something that we'll be discussing in our online community. How to which roots to pick, which ones are best for what, how to process them, all those kind of things. So wherever you are, I hope that you're well. I hope that your transition into autumn, into late summer, into autumn is a smooth one. And as ever, if you want to understand more about how I work and herbal medicine, do pop me a comment below, like and follow my page. And if you are on Facebook just now, I've just brought out a new version of my free guide, which is the 5 herbal superpowers you need in your next cuppa, how to use herbal teas to really bolster your health without bombing on taste, because there are such great ones around right now. So if you're watching this on Facebook, the link to get my free guide will be pinned to the top of the page. If you're watching this on YouTube, then look in the description of the video and there'll be a link to it there. And meanwhile, take care.